Have you ever wondered where your English skills really stand? Not just textbook English, but the kind people actually use in everyday conversations? Well, today we're going to find out. We are going to put your knowledge to the test with some of the most popular phrases that native speakers use all the time. Think of it as a quick, kind of fun challenge to see where you land. You ready for this? So we're going to work our way up through 4 different levels. We'll start with the basics, the elementary stuff, and go all the way up to phrases that, well, they show you've really mastered the language. Let's see how far you can get. Okay, first up, the elementary level. These are those really foundational phrases, the ones you probably learned in a classroom. They're like the essential building blocks for any good conversation. So let's start with this one. I'm all ears. What do you think that really means? If someone says that to you, what are they trying to tell you? It just means you have their complete, undivided attention. It's a really warm, encouraging way to say, hey, go ahead, I'm listening. You're basically telling them that every part of you is ready to hear what they have to say. And here's a perfect way you'd hear it used. It's awesome for informal chats, and it shows you're not just waiting for your turn to talk, you are genuinely interested. Super simple, but really, really effective. All right, let's kick it up a notch. Welcome to the intermediate phrases. I have a feeling that a lot of you watching are going to feel pretty comfortable right here in this zone. Now, you've probably heard this one a bunch of times, right? But do you know exactly when you should use it? If you say you're feeling under the weather, what does that really mean? So this phrase just means you're not feeling 100%. Maybe you're a little sick or tired or you've got a headache. But, and this is important, the real key to using it like a native speaker is all about knowing the nuance. And here it is. The most crucial point is the context. You'd say you're under the weather if you have a cold, sure, but you would never, ever use it to talk about something serious. Getting this distinction right is a huge step towards sounding more natural. Okay, now we are getting into the advanced stuff. These are the kinds of phrases that show a much deeper, more intuitive feel for the English language. You pretty much can't guess what they mean just from the words alone. Here's something really interesting about this level. English often has a bunch of different, colorful ways to say the exact same thing. Both of these phrases mean to reveal a secret, usually by accident. When you know more than one way to say something, that's a true sign of fluency. So with that in mind, let's check out our main advanced challenge. All right, our advanced phrase is bite the bullet. This one actually has a pretty cool backstory. It comes from the days before modern medicine, when wounded soldiers in surgery would literally be given a lead bullet to bite down on to cope with the pain. Today, its meaning is a little less intense, but it's still about facing a tough situation with courage. It just perfectly captures that feeling, You've been putting something off, you know it's going to be unpleasant, but you just can't avoid it anymore. It's that moment you finally take a deep breath and just decide to get it over with. Just think about it, going to the dentist, having a really difficult conversation, or, doing your taxes. Those are all those classic moments in life where you just gotta bite the bullet. And here we are. We've made it to the final boss level, master phrases. Seriously, if you know these and you can use them correctly, you are operating at a very, very high level of English. Oh, this is a fantastic one. By the skin of my teeth. I mean, what could that possibly mean? Just try to picture it. How thin would the skin on your teeth be if you even had any? It means you succeeded, but by the absolute smallest margin you can imagine. You almost failed. You almost didn't make it. It's got this huge sense of relief that comes after a really, really close call. I mean, come on, anyone who's ever taken a tough exam can relate to this feeling, right? You walk out thinking there's no way you passed, but somehow you just barely scraped by. You passed by the skin of your teeth. So just look at that journey we took. We went from a simple, friendly, I'm all ears, all the way to just barely succeeding by the skin of your teeth. Being able to understand and use that whole range is a massive leap. So what's the real point of all this? Look, it doesn't matter if you knew every single phrase. What really, truly matters is that you're pushing yourself. The goal isn't to get a perfect score, it's to stay curious and to keep learning and growing. So I'm going to leave you with this question to think about. Don't just learn these phrases, actually use them. Pick one that was new for you today and find a way to work it into a real conversation this week, because that is how you truly make it your own.